just as abrupt as the curtain going up. We like to start with absolute happiness whenever we start About Beverages. Anyone that here was for the live show, we tied a song into the first beer, which we'll talk about in a minute, but it's good to see you all here. It is Thursday. It is Beverage Podcasting. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and I realized the glass is showing.
It is. And
it doesn't usually. It doesn't always do that. I've worn this shirt before.
I have to do some work when it comes to like adjusting that, and I saw it when you sat down. I was like, "Screw it."
That's all right.
I was like,
I'm wearing a special kind of.
I don't feel like it at all whatsoever to like go through that. So you're going to get a little bit of shimmer and shake from Keith.
That's
there,
all right.
And not even talking about the shirt. There we go.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. There we are.
Sushi, it is good to see you. Kaya, it is good to see you as well. Just heard someone refer to mansplaining as correctile dysfunction. Please excuse me while I laugh maniacally for the next 6 hours. That is a great way to say that. I like that. Good way to start. Perhaps they never will. Baker, it is good to see you as well. Good to see everybody here. Yep. It is good to be streaming live once again. For those of you who don't know, that was from Don McLean.
Yes.
That is off the American Pie album.
Is
that what
correct.
It was actually called?
Yeah.
The album? Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Got the big thumb with on the cover with
that's
the red,
right,
white,
and it's like the American flag, right?
Yep.
Isn't that what's okay? Yep. I do remember that. Love to you both. Love to you as well,
thank
Sushi.
You.
We
appreciate that.
Missed you all this week. Well, we're here. We're here right now, and that's what matters because what is happening now is what matters. What happens in the future may or may not happen. You never know.
That's right. Can't control that or that. This we can control.
Here
we are.
And that song is actually called Vincent, but he starts it out and mentions multiple times. He says, Starry, Starry Night.
Yes.
He's talking obviously about the works of Vincent van Gogh. Probably one of my favorite songs by Don McLean. It's an absolutely beautiful song. Very sad. Great shirt, Keith, of course.
Yes, I picked this one on purpose today. So I guess probably any shirt I wear, I've picked on purpose.
I was gonna say,
but this one has a meaning. So, but thank you.
I go in my closet and I just see what jumps onto my body.
What shirt? No
shirt.
I did not pick that. Even if you choose not to choose, you've still chosen. So
that sounds like a song lyric right there.
It actually is in. It's Rush, I think it says something like that.
Oh, okay.
Even the choice to not make a choice is a choice. So
that's true.
Yes, I just finished that book on philosophy and morals and all that Mike Schur wrote. So
and how was
my head is still spinning. So.
Is it? Are you going to read it again? Is it something
I actually think I will have to.
Yeah, to kind of consume everything. But anyway, the song, like I said, he says, Starry, Starry Night. That ties exactly into our first beverage of the evening, for which I have, I think I've got a picture. Did I do it right? I did. Starry Night from Weldwerks Brewing. Where are they located at? Aren't they kind of?
Colorado.
Oh, they're Colorado. I almost said they were local-ish, but they are not.
No, I think they're in Colorado.
Okay. Yeah. We've had several things from them, and I would say delicious on all
they've
fronts.
all been good.
Right.
Yeah. And spoiler alert, I think I've had this before, which is why I bought it. Which is why I thought we had tried it already on a show, but you then mentioned that we haven't.
I could not find it on YouTube, like I said, or defunct AboutBeverages.com.
It's officially defunct?
I got the money back on it finally.
Okay.
That was the project. We won't even get into that on the show. But yeah, so I feel like maybe we had this at a get-together or something like that, possibly. And then we liked it and you've gotten another one. But I could not find anything on YouTube. If people want to be like amazing and go to YouTube and like search for this beer specifically and give us some views and things like that, you're more than welcome to. There is all the things. Again, there's all the links to the beverage content that we got going on. And then obviously shameless plug for YouTube specifically. But yeah, this is love the stuff from Weldwerks. Love a good milk stout. I've been having a lot of shakes this week. Like I said, been making pretty much every night, and I bought more ice cream today, so it's going to continue.
I can't believe that thing is still around,
and it works,
and that it works. But when I saw that, when you sent that picture the other day, that just like took me on a trip.
When did Dad get that? Like, when would he have gotten that? That would have been.
I don't know. Baker could probably help us out. Dear mother. Baker could probably help us out with that, but because I showed her a picture of that, the picture you sent.
Oh, okay.
And I mean,
it works great.
Those,
as good as it can.
That metallic shaker, that holder, when it gets all frosted on the outside because it's got frozen chocolatey goodness in there, ice cream. Oh yeah, so good. But yeah, that was like that was an instant like trip down memory lane seeing that.
Yeah, we've had, and it wasn't like something I had to go find. I have had it literally in my kitchen. Like it's just been put away with some of our other blenders and things, but I got that out. All the stuff was there, and I made that. But what I started gravitating toward was initially I just did some chocolate and caramel, like with vanilla ice cream. Then a couple nights later, I said, Oh, what if I put in some of that Mr. Black coffee liqueur?
Ooh,
that was good. That and some chocolate, like the chocolate and that, still keeping those. But yeah, like that just kind of mocha concoction was nice. I will probably be moving on to whiskey, and maybe we'll finally get the peanut butter that we need to as well. I was on the phone with my psychiatrist's office. Oh my God, a paragraph to read out of the gate. I'm excited.
And it's not Guardian.
And it's not Guardian. It's not. To try and get in sooner with my psych, since I haven't been able to get scheduled with a therapist yet. Apparently, crying to the receptionist in regards to not getting scheduled due to certain billing needs, needing getting paid. The good news isn't that I cried on the phone. They're good. The good news is crying garnered some empathy from the folks there to get my scheduled into next week. Good. You shouldn't have to do that, but sometimes you use whatever ploy you can.
Sometimes you have to.
I definitely have sniffled over an auto bill every once in a while too. And it doesn't work as well with a guy though, unfortunately. It's definitely you don't get quite as much credit when you're like, "What the air conditioning?" Like, yeah, it's $1,500. I don't know what you're talking about. But good. I'm glad you're able to get in, Kaya. Yeah. That's very, very good.
Yeah, you and our brother both mentioned the shakes thing that night, and I hadn't thought about that. And then I tried to when we went to the concert Sunday. My son and I went to get a shake, but it was more like thick milk. It wasn't a shake. The place we went to, it was good, but it was not the kind of shake I was looking for. So I was like,
you want to put a little work when you're working on when you're giving the straw. It's business.
No. It was like very easily consumed. So yeah, it wasn't quite. It was good, but not what we were looking for. So
yeah, it takes a little work with that machine. Like a blender is obviously probably a little better, but what was kind of nice was after using it for 3-4 days in a row, I kind of knew the ins and outs. Also, I was like, okay, I actually need to I put this much in, a decent amount of ice cream, the milk, this to this level, and then I put it on there, and then because it's got that little lip where it'll sit, and you don't actually have to use. Yeah. So I would let that sit, and it's like, okay, I can let it sit and kind of work for a little bit, and this actually kind of creates some function. There's actually some reason for it, and then I was like, well, I'm getting better at this. It's probably not good for my midsection, but it's been a tasty journey.
Been some comfort. For sure.
Now I saw this has milk stout. It is with milk chocolate, hazelnut flour, coconut chips, and milk sugar.
Talking is hard. I was gonna say it's a bit nutty.
It's very nutty. Yeah, it's in there. What was that delicious fudge bar one we had from?
That was from
Fate. Fate Brewing.
Yeah, it was like just candy bar or something, or chocolate. Yeah, something.
Yeah, it says hazelnut flour sushi. 6.5% ABV. This is from Weldwerks Brewing. Again, like you said, it's out of Colorado. Milk stout, sweet stout, which is, I think that is more my thing now. If it's not bourbon barrel aged, I just love that kind of thing.
Yep.
Oh, it's a little thinner than I thought it was going to be. Ooh, the nuttiness really comes through though.
Yeah.
It's definitely like a chocolate hazelnut, like it's what's that thing? Ferrero Rocher?
Oh yeah.
It's like those kind of things.
Ferrero Rocher.
Scheduling is for therapists, which is nice because on Monday they called me and said, we're sorry, you have a balance with us, so we can't schedule you until that's paid. Went from that to qualified you for financial hardship in the past, so we're scheduling you for and can reapply the financial aid whenever you can. Nice. They should be looking to do that all the time anyway. I think we all probably should seek some therapy at some point. That'd probably be good with a scoop of vanilla. Oh, I have vanilla ice cream. We could do it.
We could do it right now.
It has a little bit of that. It's not 100% Nutella flavored, but there's those two things in there.
I get the nuttiness. I don't know if I would have picked hazelnut. I almost would pick like maybe a combination of nuts, like maybe a little bit of peanut, maybe.
Oh, really?
Maybe the hazelnut. A little something else in there, but
I was going to say hazelnut and macadamia nut. I'm going to get it.
I get the macadamia. I get macadamia too. Yeah, I would say that.
I get that, and that might be even tied into somehow. Like maybe they said coconut chips in there as well too. So maybe that's kind of hitting a little bit. That's a good balance of things. I would like that to be a little bit. I think the sweetness. I would just like a little more body in that. I was kind of hoping for something maybe just a touch richer, but that's pretty good still.
That seems to usually be our
a lot, don't we?
But that's okay. Yeah, the star
is that a shirt? AboutBeverages needs a little more body.
We need a little more body. Not that kind of body.
Here? Yeah.
I've had that for a little bit.
Okay. I mean, I don't think that would. I mean, like probably the body's not going to change.
I think you and I have talked. I'm like, I haven't really been drinking much of anything, and specifically, when I have been having something, it has not been beer.
I've definitely been having less of the beer. Cope, 57 months.
About 57.
You finish it.
Oh, man.
Cope, thank you for the 57 months. It is wonderful to see you. My favorite beverage inclined duo. Cope, thank you very much for
That's
the 57
almost 5
months.
years.
It's getting there, isn't
Ooh.
it? Woo, that's nuts. Cope, actually, I don't know if you got to see it last week. Like I said, obviously that's up on YouTube as well. But Keith got to try the whiskey that you sent to me last week.
One that's not named the same name anymore.
Yeah, it's Larkin now, but it was the Lawrenceburg Bourbon Company. He got to try that last week, and so we enjoyed that on the podcast. Time flies when you're having fun with the Bevy boys. Cope, you're too kind. It's good to see you. Cheers. Cheers to you. It is good to see you. Good to see everybody here tonight. It is good to be hanging out.
Friday night when we got home, Field of Dreams was on.
Oh my God.
And it was on like uncut.
Oh my God.
And
I don't know if
it was good.
I don't know if I'm emotionally stable enough to watch that right now.
It was.
Did you do it?
We did it.
Oh my God. I'm not when things are at their best. I have trouble watching that movie because it's like that. Yeah. That movie is like I said, a tearjerker for me as a baseball fan.
Absolutely.
And like I said, our dad and playing catch with him and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if I could have done that on Friday going into Saturday.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. No, it was. It felt right actually.
Nice.
It was good.
Haven't gotten to see that. I'll definitely have to check out Keith's review. I mean, I liked it. Yeah, we liked it. It was surprising.
You said it was more powerful.
That was actually what I wanted to talk to you about. Have you had it since we imbibed together, which was just, like I said, always such a good time. Like I said, I don't know if you've had it since then. When I had it again, like when we had it the other day, definitely a little more spice seemed to be coming out, which usually things kind of mellow out a little bit. But my wife really liked that one too. I gave her a little sip of that. Then I put it up on a higher shelf so that she couldn't have that.
You can't get it.
You can't have that one.
You can't reach that.
Yeah, her new favorite. She absolutely loves the Jack Daniels. Not just regular Jack Daniels.
Okay.
Easy chat. Let me finish my sentence.
Hold on.
The Jack Daniels straight from the barrel rye.
Oh, okay.
133 proof. She's like, oh, this is so good. It's like,
that's
Jesus.
the thing. They're eventually going to get
amazing. There's like, I literally am in awe of my wife on a lot of different things, but like I said, in that in particular, I'm just like, oh my God, this is awesome. She's
going to get to a point where they don't make the proof hot enough. She'll be proof immune.
I found one at I think it was like, cause they've had it at Costco lately. So I had bought another one and I saw that I had, and I know people are gonna be out there like, oh my God, that's a lot of whiskey. I had like, when I brought that one home, I had 3 and 1 open. But we've gone through one and she's in another. I was like, I actually probably should buy another one. Like,
of which one?
They have that at Costco. That's straight right, because it's like $52, which is an amazing price for that one. Because usually on a good day it's $65-ish, so it's like $10, $12 cheaper. But yeah, like it's really good. But I have one, and I think I put that one to the back to make sure it didn't get used right away. But I think it's like 140. It's like the highest proof I'd ever seen of that one. I was like, okay, I gotta find that one.
140. Holy crap!
Yeah, it's nuts.
Oh my goodness.
Nutella is the same brand as Ferrero Rocher. Oh, it is. Okay. Has been a brand since World War II because when there was a shortage of cocoa due to sanctions and such, founder mixed chopped hazelnuts and leftover cocoa powder and made the delicious confectionery we know. Oh, what a cool fact. Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Obviously, condolences once again to you both. Seems like you're holding up well, all things considered. Cope, appreciate the condolences. There have been so many people just to kind of get out of the way that have sent well wishes either in private messages or commented on posts or anything else. And it really, really is very much appreciated. We appreciate you all. Like I said, it is such a wonderful community of everyone that comes in here. And like I said, it really meant a lot seeing all those messages. And Cope was one of them who sent over a message. And it was, it really means a lot from everybody. So appreciate that.
The reason the Cheers shirt obviously was very big in our family.
And the channel.
So what's that?
And the channel.
And the channel. But also too, especially coming over here today, it seemed the song just, wherever sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. So it felt like this was the perfect shirt to wear today. So
yeah, exactly. Haven't had mine since we enjoyed together, but it may be calling me this weekend. It should call you. It better be calling you while you're streaming. In fact, I forgot to do this because I am, you don't stream for a couple days and all of a sudden you just get all out of sorts. Whoops. And I can't even type there because it's the other one. There we go. If you guys are not following Cope on a Twitch, you should definitely do so. You've made mistakes. If you haven't, playing some Doom Dark Ages, we like that. Maybe he'll do that again this weekend and enjoy some of that whiskey, and I'll pop in and we can talk about it some more. Did I miss something? My condolences to you both. Yes. This weekend, our father passed away. So like I said, that was why I was taking some time off stream, and we're just kind of coming in here and hanging out, doing our usual thing. Cause, I think that's what he would have wanted. He probably would have been like, "What's a podcast?" Like at some point, probably. And he would have been like, "My God, they're here! Are they on my screen? What's going on?" It would have freaked him out a little bit, especially later in life for sure.
If he ever would have watched us, yeah.
I feel like at some point he watched us stream or watched something like years ago. Like
maybe he saw one of our.
But
somebody showed him something. I'm not sure, but yeah.
He knows we just got together and we were drinking, so he was happy for that. I'm sure.
Yes, probably did make him happy somewhere in there, but
yeah, that is pretty tasty.
Are you going to take the tomorrow off, or are you going to be back tomorrow?
I think I should be back tomorrow. We actually have my son's car is down at your friend's shop.
So he's back.
He is. I'll talk to you more about that off stream and stuff like that. But yeah, he is working. Yeah, I saw both him and his wife today. Saw them both. Talked to them a little bit. Yes. Yeah. Very much
great
so.
News.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. She actually called me on the phone to report some information and stuff like that. So it seems like
that's
going well. But anyway, yeah, I can give you
stuff.
name, address and all that kind of stuff. But
so not at their old location.
No.
Okay.
No, it is a new location. It's still not that bad. It's just off the freeway.
Okay.
But anyway, so we took it down there because his car, it's an older car, but it didn't pass emissions. So we took, since he was back around, we took it to him. Checking it out. Seems like it's going to be okay, but it's also probably like, well, the car's getting older and, engine things are going to happen.
That car's not that, is it? How old is that car?
11 years old.
Yeah. Still, it doesn't, there's some cars that just don't age, because they look so similar from year to year, at least from the outside. So okay,
and it should still be okay for a while, but there was kind of like whatever. Pevy has an adult son who's married. No, he's not married. My son is not married. No. Car is 2012. Yeah, it's a 2014. So I think there's a ton of truth that your community is a reflection of you. So the positive vibes originate with both. I mean, you're too kind, Cope, but like I said, yes, like I said, you were one of the founding people that came in here at some point in sushi and just everybody else. And it's just very much appreciated that people decide to stick around, decide to hang out. And like, again, I think there is some truth to that. Like I said, if you're putting out positive and goodness to some extent into the world, those people are going to slowly gravitate. And those are the ones that are going to stay, jerks and stuff will still come in every once in a while. But then they'll, like I said, they get pushed out as they should
it's true.
And get kicked off to the side. Oh my gosh, a huge cup. Thank you for the bid, Sushi. That's very kind. Yes, the mechanic and his wife are there, not my son. And like I said, yes, my son is not married. But yeah, anyway, so took it in there. Seems like it should be, there was these codes and look at he had to kind of go through some stuff, but hopefully it should be good. And then kind of have to decide, where we want to go from there. Cause everything else looks good, like checked out stuff. So
okay.
It has a timing chain, not a belt. So that didn't, because I thought maybe, because it's at 150,000 miles. So it's like, okay, does that need to be replaced or is anything else? He's like, no, that'll be good. That's good for the end till the engine's gone or whatever. But then he was like, speaking of that, it was kind of like, that's what it turned into. It was like, I guess Kias are only kind of made to go so long for some reason. So like you said, there's some little signs and it wasn't like it was like going to just, fall into the drink all of a sudden, but
we've had that talk with John before about, I think when we had the Ford Ranger, it was like, well, you're at like 90,000 right now and things are good, but it's going to be that, you know, and with when we had the Kia Sorento, it was the same sort of thing. Okay. Well, I think we still had like 10,000 miles left on our warranty at that time. And when we got the new car, we gave our son the choice. Do you want to stay with your older Volvo or do you want the Sorento? And he decided to stay with the older Volvo, which he later said, I really should have taken this. But hindsight, was one of those things. So,
but yeah, no, I think his words were, he's like, yeah, you can keep driving for a while. We'll get this thing fixed and, or get, things adjusted. And he's like, emissions should be fine. And he's like, then we'll just kind of, can reevaluate in a year. So it didn't make it sound like it was about to drop off. But then he said, he's like, you're kind of getting to the point where you've got two options. You either, kind of use it as part of a trade-in to get some money that way or sell it. And, it's someone else's problem or you just keep it and have it be your problem. Kind of like the option, at some point.
Yeah.
Planty, good to see you.
Hi, Planty.
Good to see you. Bit of bad news, AC for my portion of the house is out. Not sure if it's a motor problem or something else, but until someone can get here and take a look, no AC in the meantime. That's gross. I'm sorry, Kaya.
Yes.
Are there two AC units in the house? Because usually it shouldn't be that one isn't working the other. Like you must have two units going at the same time. It sounds like you should switch sides of the house. That's probably my solution. One more detour from me and not to politicize. Get on my commie soapbox. Okay, here it comes. in the Bevy chat, as I'm notorious for. But I hope you all enjoying the Schadenfreude, the Elon Trump lovers core. It is very funny. No, Cope, I would agree with that as well. It is very funny that it's amazing when a billionaire starts crying and doesn't get what he wants, then they both start fighting, and then the real dirt starts coming out that we all knew was there. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how far that winds up going. Got a box fan at full blast here to help keep the air flowing and keep me from evaporating. Yeah, we've definitely have gone through days where air conditioning's been out, or I've had cars that I didn't have air conditioning, and that's the life of someone here in Arizona. Sometimes you have to wind up suffering through it. So
yes,
Kaya, cheers. Hopefully it gets better. 2 AC units, one for the OG portion of the house, one for the extension. Oh, okay. If I could move all my stuff there, I would. Start cozying up to Grandma and Grandpa.
That's right. Grandma and Grandpa moving in for a little bit to your side of the house.
That's right.
I'm moving on up
to your side of the house.
Is one giant heart and cup.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it. Planty, is good to see you. Good to see everybody here. Cheers. Thank you for joining us. Again, if you missed out at the beginning, here are the beverages we're having this evening. Got a bottle of Herradura Reposado tequila. Why in God's name do you have a bottle of tequila?
I like tequila.
You don't buy spirits, so why do you actually have it?
I do buy spirits, but not often.
There's a tie-in here. Why did you have this?
Well, you know why I have. I have this.
I know, I'm setting you up. You're supposed to.
That's right.
It's TV. You're supposed to go like,
wow. Yeah, no, actually, so the story is that we were texting the other day, what are we going to do? And, in the being thoughtful of what's transpired the last few days, I looked in the fridge, looked around, and I happened to look up where I do keep the spirits. And and I saw a bottle of tequila up there that had been given to me by my dad. I know at my last house, and I haven't been in that house for 10 years. So I've had this bottle.
I like how it's only about a quarter of it gone. I know. And you've had it for 10 years, 11 years.
It has to be, over 10 years. But it was up there, and I was like, well, I have this. And then amazingly, you had a cocktail that needed Reposado tequila, and you had no Reposado tequila.
And I had none.
Which, those are both amazing things, actually.
That's true.
All three of everything.
Yeah.
All three of those things are great.
Mezcal, too.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. It's going to be so fun.
It's too much.
So we decided to incorporate that. Because I'll look at that every once in a while. I'm like, oh, yeah, I've had that for a while.
And then he makes nothing with it. I'd usually be like, I need to make a cocktail with that then. Keith just goes, and just walks away. Yeah. It's like Chevy Chase looking at the Grand Canyon. It's like,
that's kind of how I am looking at my my spirits up there. So anyway, I also
Island of Misfit Toys up there.
Yeah. I also had the Yellowstone still that he gave me, but I think we visited that. We podcasted on it, and then I actually had some of that probably within the last 6 or 8 months. I
think that's a higher corn whiskey because we were kind of like, that's not bad.
Yeah. So, but no, this seemed. I was. When I threw that out there and you're like, I have this cocktail that I actually came across.
Just within the last few days, I'd seen that. I finally started organizing my beverage TikTok so that I can look through recipes faster when we're talking. So I finally started going back through there to find some, and there was a bunch that were pretty good. And I was like, I just saw this one. And I was like, that would work great. I'm like, I have the mezcal. I bought lemons, so we'll actually use fresh lemon juice and stuff. I made the honey syrup today because we needed that. And I already had honey on. So I was very excited.
There was something else, a recipe that I was looking at. I know I've shared it with you. I don't think you've looked at the freeform thing yet where I have recipe ideas.
Yeah, I have not yet.
But I was looking through those quickly, and it was close to one, but I thought, we don't have that. And then there was another one. I'm like, no, we don't have that. But it was close. So I'm glad
That's when you say, that's the next thing we need to purchase then. If it's something
but I think it was making it was making a syrup of some kind. And
sometimes that's not too bad.
Yeah.
It depends on what it is.
Yeah. Simple syrup.
Exactly.
That's pretty simple.
Sorry for the late responses. I'm mowing the lawn and watering plants.
At the same time.
I know. That's impressive as hell. I was just going to make that. Yeah, exactly.
Or maybe on the driver mower and you have a little a little watering can. It
does.
You're driving, mowing, and you're watering.
I like it. Planty, can you water the plants here, please? It's fine. The box fan is working well enough in the meantime, but for about 2 or 3 hours on Tuesday, it was very hot, and there can always be those moments where like, okay, I'll make it through this, and also you're like, shit,
that's bad.
This is bad right now. Yeah, so I am definitely sorry for that, Kaya. Hopefully that gets better. Are you having someone out to get it fixed? Are your grandparents having someone out? So I figured we would actually like try the tequila, right? Like
I
actually
think that's
like
a
take
good
a sip,
idea.
kind of taste that kind of as a shot, and then we can take another break and like actually make the cocktail, which we will talk about. But yeah, all right, let's get this off the screen. That was
Starry
that was delicious. I'd probably like the imperial version better if they made one.
Do they?
That's why I said if they made one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that would be where my taste buds would lie on that
Incredibly Starry Night is the name of that one.
Very starry night. More starry night. More starry night.
Extra starry.
I'm impressive. What can I say? What's impressive is he actually has two hands on the riding mower and he's still watering with using. That's what's impressive about Blandy. I tell you right there. I have someone we called. They're coming out tomorrow, if I remember correctly. Okay. Well, at least it's only hopefully one more day. Hopefully it's inexpensive. I will cross my fingers for that and think good thoughts, Kayak.
See, there's some new abbreviations that I'm learning. I was like, what's IRC? But
so that's
if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's one that took me a while because there used to be a chat thing that was IRC. So I was always like, which was Internet Relay Chat.
Okay.
And so that's where my brain goes every time I see that. I'm like, what is it? But yeah, that's one that within the last probably 6 months, I finally have connected in here.
You used the IRL earlier in a text yesterday. I was like,
Sushi remembers IRC. Yeah. There you go. Recall correctly if I remember correctly. Yeah, exactly.
No, that's good.
All right.
It's good to
take a break. We'll switch out some glasses. All right. Take a break. Switch out some glasses. We'll put on a little music.
We will give it a shot.
We will give it a shot. We will do all. Actually, you know what? I might as well put up. Here you go. Right there. That's what we're going to have roughly. I think that actually looks like the bottle you brought over.
It pretty much does.
Pretty close.
And Herradura means horseshoe. So,
does it?
Although it's upside down. When the upside down horseshoe means you're losing all the luck.
Oh, really?
That's what that's why you usually see horseshoes the other way, because it keeps the luck inside the horse. But when it's like that, supposedly the luck is. I know.
I thought it was dropping out good fortune.
That's it could be.
No, I don't know.
It's your jackpot.
There you go.
That's the Andrew luck, because that's when he doesn't play anymore. So no, I'm just kidding.
That's pretty good. I just watched a video with him today randomly because they were asking him. He was in an interview and they were asking him about. They're like, so your last couple of years, like, were you enjoying football? He's like, no. He's like, I did not.
I was getting the crap pounded.
Yeah,
out
he was
of me,
like, I was not enjoying. He's like, I had lost my. He's like, for the amount of like love and work you have to put it. He's like, did not have that for the quarterback position. He's like, I did not love doing that anymore. But yeah, it's an interesting interview. Also, that guy from the random other thing, the Detroit Lions lost their center.
Yeah,
they're all pro center. I feel terrible.
Want to drink Merlot? We're drinking Merlot. No, if anybody orders Merlot,
right here.
I am not drinking any fucking Merlot.
Nope, no Merlot.
Okay,
exactly.
Relax, Miles. Jesus, no Merlot.
No Merlot. I agree. No Merlot. Luck is draining out when it's down. See, there you go. Yeah, that's interesting.
No Merlot.
The luck is draining out and into your glass? I don't know what they're going for.
Maybe. I'm not
that
sure.
Could be. All right. We're going to take a break. We will be right back very quickly, and we'll have some tequila and some glasses with us. And we'll probably combine those. I mean, if I'm at a rave, I probably want some tequila, right? If you're at some sort of EDM show,
EDM,
right?
some Herradura Reposado.
Herradura Reposado,
and it's not quite. So you can tell in the intervening 10 to 12 years, they've changed the label a little bit.
Oh, that's true. I could show that there. Can we? Don't be blurry.
Don't be blurred. That's how it is after 3 shots. And then, no.
Just looking at Keith. That's all right. You can kind of tell way back here.
You can see that there's more pink there.
What if I go slowly? No, it's blurry. Never mind.
We did a quick, both of us looked to see if this is additive free, and it's not affiliated with that website. All signs point to yes, it is additive free, which is a good thing. That is
something we always try and look for.
Herradura is a brand that I was introduced to, I'd say, back in the late 90s by my wife's cousin. He was a big fan of the Blanco. And I think he probably mentioned this one too. So yeah, this has been, I'm glad we're breaking it out. I'm glad it's getting a chance to do its thing.
Yeah, I am as well. So this Reposado in particular rests in charred American white oak casks for full 9 months. Which I think that was always the thing. It was like under a year for Reposado, and then it was
6 to 12, I think.
Yeah, it was under a year for the Reposado, and then it was like whatever 1 to 3 for the Añejo, and then 3 to 3 on up for the extra Añejo.
3 to we found this in the corner.
Yeah, exactly. We forgot about it
for the extra Añejo.
Exactly. But yeah, if you can find stuff that's additive free, that's, like I said, definitely is the way to go. Like I said, even if it says 100% agave, that doesn't mean that it's additive free, which is, kind of one of those annoying things about the tequila industry, that they don't have to put that stuff on there. Charlie Cox canceled his convention appearance for this. Oh no, how come, Sushi? What happened? Did he give a reason?
I guess it's a good thing you didn't go to ProCon this year. You knew. Because wasn't it last weekend? The ProCon?
Yeah, it's going on right now.
Oh, going on right now. Yeah, see? So next year.
Filming. Oh my gosh.
Next year. That's what it's somewhere in your heart you knew.
I
did. Couldn't be a ProCon this year, but
yeah,
next
I could
year.
not leave.
Next year.
Yeah, ProCon is going on right now. I think I'll start a paper route right now.
Right now. It's fairly, reserved, fairly mellow.
Yeah. I'm assuming, 80 proof, I figured. A little buttery in there, like honey, kind of butter, kind of aroma to it.
Yeah, this should
butterscotch,
go, at least
maybe?
from aroma-wise, should go right in with the
I think
cocktail.
that's right.
Should be a good one for that.
Anyways, on a more... No, that's super important. That's annoying, Sushi.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
I'm glad he's still going to be there, but still, you were hoping to get the dual signature photos, though. That kind of sucks. I'm sorry, Sushi, that stinks. Is that something you had to, like... I know you're going there anyway, but then for the autograph signing stuff, did you have to, like, prepay for, like, to be in the line for those sign? Like, do they give you a refund for that, if so, or how does that work? Oh, prepaid. Okay, cancel though, but I lost my... Oh, wow, that stinks. Lame. Yeah, I like the aroma. It's nice. It's pretty subtle. It doesn't have, like I said, there's a little bit of oak in there, a little bit of wood.
A little bit, yeah. Well, cheers.
Oh, sure. Your dad saying, "Are you just gonna keep smelling it? You're gonna drink it?" I was like, "I'm trying to drink. Keith won't let me."
I know. Sorry, I was trying to cheers. I was trying to toast Dad.
Cheers to the heavens
in a very subtle way. Not so
Kraus,
subtle.
Good to see you. Mm-hmm. Cheers to you, sir. Cheers to everybody here in chat. Slide, it was good to see you here as well. Sorry if I didn't say hi to you earlier. I was just thinking about that. Kraus, it is good to see you.
Kraus.
Afternoon, everybody.
Sushi. Thank you for the sub to Kraus. That's very nice. That's very, very kind. Appreciate that, Sushi. Very, very nice. Also, Sushi, I don't think I said it earlier, and I greatly apologize. Sushi, thank you for the 40 months as well. You did that when I wasn't streaming the other day. It just was popped up. So thank you for the 40 months
40
as well.
months. Whoa. Okay.
40 months. 40.
That's 3 years. That's well over 3 years.
That's 4 decades to you and me. Happy to see you on. I am happy to be here. It is good to be here among friends.
7 clicks, Jackson. Or 5 clicks.
That's 5 clicks, Jackson. I have that movie on Blu-ray. Did you know?
I know. It was a treasure. It was an unearthed treasure.
It truly was. It truly was. Kraus, it is good to see you. That's good. There's a little spice in there. Still get the, like I said, the natural, like kind of vegetal of the agave plant is still there. A little bit of oak. The honey's kind of there. This is going to sound weird. It's very smooth, but I think a lot of that is because it's only 80 proof, and most of the things we drink are like more than 100.
Yeah, you're used to double that.
We're usually having whiskey or bourbon or something that's like 100 and above. So I think that plays into it. Like I'm just kind of used to that, but I don't think there's much really spice to speak of, even if we didn't. Right? I don't think it's like too much.
No,
it was like a little bit on the.
But
side
there's some nice there's enough flavor there that and the flavor that's there I think should be a good match for this cocktail.
I think so too. I'm very excited to do that. Like I said, the cocktail that we're going to have, the Tequila Honeybee. I keep saying a different name every time. Tequila Honeybee. I think that's what I went with. It can be called a Tequila Bee's Knees, Tequila Honeybee. We've done a Bee's Knees on the podcast at some point.
Oh yeah.
We've also done the Penicillin, which is kind of the same thing, but that's a ginger honey syrup, which is really good. I think we've done that on the show at some point. So this is kind of a little bit of a riff on that we'll talk about in a minute. It's weird. The sub came up for renewal the other day, but my sub-anniversary is not for another few days. Yeah, it was weird. I was sitting here, like I said, I think I was doing a little gaming offline. And then I'd walked and I came back and all of a sudden I looked up and I was like, it was like in chat and it was up there. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, that was so nice that Sushi did that. Brought a little smile to my face. So
who is Charlie Cox?
He's the star of the Daredevil in the Daredevil TV show. He's also he's also in a video game right now called Clair Obscur that's getting a lot of buzz.
You've been playing that, I think.
Yeah, that's the
we're
one I've been
playing.
Yeah, I've been playing that. So he is in that as well. So
I know who Vincent D'Onofrio is, but that's why I was just like, all right, who's Charlie Cox?
I saw someone comment the other day about Full Metal Jacket, and they're like, "Does anyone remember what happens after that scene?" Like, because the movie completely changes, like it goes into the war. I do.
So I've never seen Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, okay.
That came out, like there was a big Vietnam War push right there in like a war movie push in like 86, 87, 88.
Bring back the Vietnam War.
No.
Who
Vietnam
did this?
War movie.
This is a terrible idea.
Yeah, no, because it was like Platoon.
Yeah.
Full Metal Jacket. I think there was a movie called like Hanoi Hilton was out around that time, and then a little bit later, but still sad, was Good Morning Vietnam.
Oh yeah,
was like 88, I believe. So
Lawn done. Congratulations, Planty. It sounds like it's time for a drink.
Lawn done.
Get a cocktail. Let's go.
Lawn done. Lawn done. All fingers accounted for. Good. Okay,
it's even more exciting.
All right.
Got some Gamer Subs arriving tomorrow. Order 2 tubs, 1 caffeinated, 1 caffeine free. You can always mix them together and get a half calf. Guacamole Gamer. Oh, that sounds gross.
I don't know.
Strawberry kiwi is some citrus flavor. That sounds.
I don't know some of those words. I know some of those words. I don't know how they go together.
I would not buy any of that.
Guacamole Gamer Fart
but
9000.
I hope the flavor is delicious.
Is that a game?
A drink for Papa Bevy? It is a drink for Papa Bevy because actually this was given to Keith by Papa Bevy over 10 years ago. And he still has it because we know how quickly Keith drinks his spirits.
It's good that we're it's getting some use. We're giving it a run here.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be making a cocktail with it in just a minute.
Right. That's
right. We had to try it straight first. So yeah, cheers. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. We did the Trader Joe's. Did we do the añejo I think we did the añejo, right?
Okay.
And then there's the extra. I still want to try that extra añejo sometime. So
let me pour myself something then. Yeah, let's go. Let's pour something then.
Join us. No matter what. Pour.
Flavor from Jay Schlack called Titty Milk. The flavored names are interesting. Yeah, those are interesting to say the least. That is true.
What was it? You didn't, because you mentioned Code Red Mountain Dew.
Oh, Mountain Dew. Yeah, the code of the streets.
Within the next day, maybe even on the way home, I was listening to a podcast or listening to something, and Code Red was referenced.
No way.
Code Red Mountain Dew. I was like, oh my God.
I was always just
talking about that. So
I was always a favorite. I love the Code Red Mountain Dew. Love the Pitch Black Mountain Dew. But yeah, the Code Red was the one you could always easily find. They used to have a Gamer Fuel one too, and there was like Halo 4 or something. Gear 3 came out or something like that, and it was kind of like a riff on an orange citrus kind of thing. That one was good too. I like that one. They may still have that one, but I don't think it's quite the same. Back in my days, they had orange flavor Mountain Dew. It was delicious.
Mountain Dew.
And we liked it. Revenant, bevy, bonjour. Bonjour, good to see you, Revenant. How are you, good sir? Gamer Fart is kind of Baja Blast-esque flavored. Wow, that's more information than I needed. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know.
It makes a special sound when you open the bottle. There's a special cartridge in there.
It releases a gas. Is that what you're saying?
Wow, they really went all in and then all out. Okay.
Oh, God. Oh man. Chill, my guy. How are you? Doing good. It's good to see you, Revenant. How are you? Good to see you. Cheers, Planty. Cheers to you as well. Yeah, that's good. I think it's going to work really well in the cocktail.
I think so too.
If I'm sipping a tequila, I usually like probably like an añejo. I like a little bit more of that kind of characteristic.
Yeah, a little something
like the Fortaleza that we've done on the podcast. At some point, I still have a little bit of that left. That's definitely still a favorite. I wish I could find more of that, but it's always some of that stuff's hard to track down. Like I said, tequila still has like the whiskey thing going on,
and you still have the no additive qualification, right?
I do. I try for the most part. Do that. Yeah, for the most part, for sure.
Yeah.
Popping in some streams, we're making a bunch of builds for Edge of Fate. I was wondering, will any of those make it up on Twitter? Will I be able to find some of your ideas and build crafting there as usual? Because I always appreciate that. You were definitely one of my go-tos for like the fun side of things when it comes to Destiny stuff. Nice. Love to see it. Love to see it. Yeah, new Destiny stuff coming up in 6 weeks now or whatever. Literally, I get back from that vacation. And
I was wondering.
It sucks. Like, well, good and bad. Like, I literally get back the Wednesday from vacation and I have to like put stuff away and I have to start gaming that night because it's the raid thing is that week. It's unfortunate timing that they.
I have to get home.
Pretty much, yeah. There won't be any dilly-dallying when we leave on that Wednesday. So I'm already going to miss. Although who knows what the servers will be like. They'll probably be on fire the Tuesday. So it's only like I'm missing half a day maybe. Usually mix my gamer subs with carbonated water so it's fizzy, soda alternative. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, definitely. Put some sparkling water in there for sure. Lost 10 pounds since switching to gamer subs. Well, it's because you're drinking farts. You're probably throwing up everywhere. You're like, this is terrible. No, I'm kidding. That's awesome, Kaya. Congratulations. 6 weeks. It is like in 6 weeks. It's July 15th or something. Still at work, so can't stick around, but hope you're doing well. All things considered. Microbes, thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. Yeah. we're getting by for sure.
Thank you very much.
Wanted to come in and do a podcast, not to, like I said, miss another day. So we wanted to come in and hang out a little bit.
Thanks for stopping by, even briefly. We appreciate it.
Even very briefly. I feel like we should make a cocktail.
Let's do it.
I think we should get moving on.
We're ready.
Right. Yep. All right. We're going to take another little break. Again, it's not going to look like this, but this was the best picture that I felt
did you
like
put one together?
No, this is just, I actually looked through old ones that we had and I was like, okay, this one's close. It's the right color.
Okay.
I was like, whatever. We're going to be using coupe glasses, so ours are going to look even a little fancier, fancier. So,
yes.
Sakura Splash, cherry lemonade flavor. Ooh, nice. Definitely take care of yourselves. We're taking care of ourselves for sure. Like I said, that as soon as Keith came over, he gave me a little shoulder massage, which I thought was nice. It was out of the blue. He's never done it before. So I was like, I guess this is what it takes sometimes is to get that. It's like, wow.
It's that extra support.
It was extra support. Yeah. I see how it is. Oh, man. All right. We're going to take a little break. We'll come back. We'll have a delicious cocktail. Again, if you guys were late to the party, here are all the things that we have had, but we're going to go make a tequila honeybee cocktail. So we'll be right back. A cocktail has been prepared.
It has. We may want to get another picture, though.
Yeah, well, so the thing is...
You do have a picture, I think, that looks...
Probably, yeah. I do. So yeah, we've got coupe classes here. The recipe I have put in chat a couple times here. Got to go plumb another pump onto my system. That is the best euphemism of the evening. Whoa. Microbes, claps to you for that. Best euphemism of the evening. Got a feed pump. Need some help. I got you.
Oh, there's a whole bunch. We missed a few things, though.
What else did we miss? Oh, my God. Someone used my system and absolutely wrecked it, so I've been hauling ass for the past week trying to get it ready for experiments. Progress, I guess? I guess so. Yeah, mobile is definitely a weird experience sometimes. So, yeah, like I don't actually have... So this is what it wound up looking like.
Yes.
Because I noticed that this recipe and the TikTok I originally saw, both exact... this one also uses a couple dashes of Angostura bitters, so that's actually what changed the color.
Okay.
Or this would have been the proper color of what we put there. I did not have I had lemon peel, but I didn't feel like garnishing. I got lazy there.
That's okay. That's not necessary.
It is what it is. Yeah. Recipe for those that have not clicked on the link. If you're interested, you rinse the glass with a little bit of mezcal. So if you have whatever, like an aspirator or something like that, so you can put a couple shots in there, that's great. If not, I just poured a little in or rinsed it around. Did that. We got 2 ounces of Reposado tequila, an ounce of honey syrup, which is just honey and water, 50-50. I did 100 grams of each today because I like weighing my stuff. 3/4 ounce of lemon juice, freshly squeezed, which...
You did.
I did, freshly squeezed.
I saw the
squeezing. And a couple dashes of Angostura bitters. No hello from bees. Sad. Oh, my gosh. Did you enjoy my response to you in the food for thought chat? Yes, I did. That was good. Yes. Cheers.
Cheers.
Almost felt like we should have made a highball.
Well, I also said Budweiser and a shake. We considered some different things.
Chocolate Budweiser.
Ooh,
that's gross.
Not in it. Yeah.
We're combining all the things our dad
everything
liked into one drink, and it's absolutely disgusting. Cheers to you, good sir.
That's right.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I didn't really do those too much anymore. I guess maybe
a little ginger ale.
I think the last couple of years he was that. I remember.
Oh, a couple of years, I don't know.
In the last couple of years, but for a long time, that was a big thing.
Margarita became his go-to, I would say, later on. That seemed to be his one that he liked. I put in a little less of the bitters because the one I have, like, I don't like the Angostura. Like, this one's a little more cinnamony kind of spot. Like, it's not the Pichard, like that kind of classic one. I need to get a bottle of that again because that flavor is very distinct. And I think other people, like, I've had 2 other different, like, I've been using Fee Brothers for a lot of the stuff and they've been really good. But this one in particular, and I've had it from another company too, it's just not the same. It's a little different than what people are looking for when they say an Angostura bitters or a Pichard, like that particular bitters.
And that does come through. Is that what you're
It does,
mentioning?
yeah,
That?
and it still does come through.
Yeah.
I think everything else is in there is really in balance, and it's still very good. I like this. This is pretty tasty. I myself would either cut it in half again, or if I had the one I have, I probably wouldn't even put it in. And I almost did. And I was like, I'll make it the way it says.
Yeah, no, it's good that we made it the way it is. I could actually take a little more lemon juice, actually, I think.
Oh, really?
I think I could use a little more brightness in there.
I'm getting that right in the middle of my tongue. Like on that second sip, like it was, I get the sweetness, I get the cinnamon, I get the little bit of tequila, the honey is in there, and then kind of right in the middle of my tongue, I get this little sharp move. It's only 3/4 ounce. So you could buff that up to maybe an ounce.
Maybe, but also, I wouldn't also mind if the mezcal was in there for a little of the smoky.
Yeah,
because I don't get I know it's just a rinse.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of it in the aroma. I almost thought about, like I said, because I knew what they were going for with that was trying to add some of that smokiness to it. I almost thought about actually doing some sort of like smoking. That would probably be the way I'd almost prefer.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have that kit to do that. I have not done that in a little bit, but that would actually be kind of the fun way to do it. Put some smoked chips and actually presentation wise do the whole thing. Chicken Lord, how's it going? Good to see you.
That's good though.
Oh, look, it's Mr. McGregor with a leg for an arm and an arm for a leg.
That's right. Take a piece of paper, rub the chicken, and if you can see through it, then it's not good.
Chicken. Fried chicken. I don't mind. I'm getting a pretty good sharp. I mean, I wouldn't, if there was more in it, it wouldn't make me upset.
You know what's the color is throwing me because I think grapefruit when I see this color.
I get that. Yeah, I get that.
So I'm having to like, okay, don't look at the color. Just taste the drink. Just taste the drink. Yeah. So I think my brain tells me, oh, something. Oh, no, it's not. And that's fine. I don't want it to be grapefruit. It's just visually.
All right. You wanted a Paloma. I'm sorry.
All right. A Paloma it is.
Paloma it is. Going well. I'm drinking and eating smoked meats.
Well, that sounds
good. Gosh, please be sharing the smoked meats. My God.
We stopped Friday on the way home. We stopped at Zinburger.
Nice.
And it's funny because we
got some sort of tofu burger. Was it delicious?
We got in the car and I said, "You guys, since we're together, you guys want to go get something to eat?" And they're like, "Yeah, wherever you want to go." I'm like, "This doesn't have to be all about me, whatever."
Yeah.
And
you're like, "Yeah, we're going down to the hub, and then we're going next door. I'm getting some whiskey."
That's right. I'm going to bed.
I'm going to bed.
If you really want to be that way,
yeah, exactly.
If you want to be loving and thoughtful, no. And so I was thinking because Pocket loves pizza and we were right there on River and I thought we'll go to Scordato's Pizza.
Oh yeah, I actually have not gone to there.
It's really good.
We always go to Vivace, which is delicious.
Their tiramisu, when you get dessert, because the tiramisu is great and the food's good and it's just it's an old Chili. It used to be a Chili's.
Yep, it's funny.
Which is because we used to go to that Chili's all the time and get the chicken crispers because those were delicious.
We still get the triple dipper every once in a while if we go to Chili's.
So I was like, well, and then Pocket's like, she's like, well, and just thinking of things that were along the river there. She's like, well, we could go to Payway or we could go to Zinburger. And I said, well, what are you guys in the mood for? They're like, and Ben's like, Dad, wherever you want to go. I'm like, it doesn't have to be about me right now. But anyways, they're like, no.
Give in. And
they're like, you decide. And I pulled into Zinburger, and I had their.
Did you get a burger?
I had smash burger. I said, you know what? I'm having a burger today. So I did. I had the. Ben had the Zin burger and he added like bacon and onions or something to it. And then I had
Zinburger's delicious.
Yeah, it was.
Did you get a shake there?
I didn't even, you know what?
They make really good shakes.
I know they do.
Damn
and I
it.
didn't even think about that until you sent that picture.
That's
I was
true.
like,
that was earlier.
I'm like,
okay.
I'm at a great place. I could have done that, but
yeah, they do specialty ones.
No, I know. I would have done that easily, but we had the greatest server. What was so cool is he walked over. And even our son was like, "Oh my God!" He's like, "He's got you guys down," because he's like, "Hey, can I get you guys started with something to drink?" And he mentioned something first, but then he said, "Perhaps an Arnold Palmer." And that's what when I'm not drinking, that's what I have, and that's what Pocket pretty much always orders.
Oh, nice.
And so And our son looks at the guy and he's like, oh my God. Yeah, he's got, and so he brought over and then, he made some suggestions. It was great service. And then at the end, so Pocket's go-to move is to always ask for, when she has the Arnold Palmer, can I get this in a to-go cup without ice? Can I get a to-go?
Yeah.
Not the one she has, but to get one. And so he comes over and he's like, can I get you guys would you like Arnold Palmer to go? He's like, maybe. And we were like, wow. Oh my God. And then he's like, you know what? He's like, and what I do for my mom, he's like, is I give her one without ice for tomorrow and I give her one with ice for today. And so he brought us each 2.
Oh my God.
So yeah, it was like, and his name was Ethan. And I'm like, I've never met a bad
Was it Ethan the Wise?
No, it wasn't Ethan the Wise.
Oh, okay.
But that was a good Ethan. And then I worked with an Ethan.
Oh, that's
and
true.
Then my son's first roommate in college, his name was Ethan. And they're still good friends.
Oh, wow.
And then this guy, I'm like, and there's probably another Ethan I met somewhere along the way.
It was a real dipshit, that one.
I was like 4 Ethans, and they've all been great.
What a good server.
It was a great experience.
Did you actually have anything to drink, or did you have an Arnold Palmer?
I had an Arnold Palmer. But what's funny, when we went to the Sting concert is they had Liquid Death products, and they were offering the Dead Billionaire or the Dead Millionaire.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Undead Billionaire.
Whatever that. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Zinburger's really good. I like so one of my favorite things in the world is Keith doesn't have a burger very often. If I'm around when Keith has a burger, it's my favorite thing to watch. It
goes down fast.
It goes down. It's like water in the desert. This man eating a burger. It's like I know it's delicious.
Well,
you should have this every once in a while.
And the thing about the one I ordered, it was like smashed, so it was thinner.
The thin patty.
So it was like cooked through, which is what I like. So
well, but that's how you have a smashed burger too. But that was probably your ultimate then.
It was and I didn't even realize that. They had a picture of it though as you're walking in. I was like, oh, that's good. And I almost got the Sam burger, and I almost got the Zin. But then when my son ordered the Zin burger, I'm like, I'm getting this one. So yeah,
nice. Yeah, those are tasty. I haven't been there in a while, but that's always one of my favorite.
It was a good
burger places. A Fox restaurant concept.
I don't. Maybe because of, as Denny Willis used to say, we taste with our eyes first. And maybe that's because I was a little confused visually and then taste wise. I was like, oh, it's okay. And then no, that's quite tasty actually.
That's definitely one of those like kind of drinks of the summer kind of thing. It's very refreshing.
Absolutely.
Outside, like I said, obviously it could be a little bit dangerous. Not like it's high proof or anything like that, but it could be a little bit dangerous because it's so refreshing.
Yeah.
But yeah, the sweetness is there. Yeah, for me, I would either make sure I got a better Angostura bitters, or I would lessen it even more. Like I don't mind that flavor complexity, but it's still just a little bit too much. And then I could see I would do that first, see how I liked it, and then maybe I'd want more lemon juice, like you said, or maybe I would leave it the same. That would probably be my only two.
The more I had it, the
changes.
more it grew on me. Did you? I sent you that link to that one cocktail with. It's called like freezer door cocktail. The one with the Blanco and I think it said Aperol, but I'd probably use Amaro.
Oh, okay.
I sent you a link to that. It was an Imbibe, and they're actually, the recipe is to actually like get like a glass bottle, like a 250 ml or a 750 milliliter bottle, and then make it and have it. You could just have it in your.
Yeah,
that looked. I would love to.Maybe sometime we can try that.
We'll definitely I'll have to look at that.
We don't have to make the big thing.
No, I'll have to look at that again. But it's funny. There's a guy that I follow on TikTok, and I think he even wrote a book, and it's all freezer door cocktails. Okay. So it's how you make like I said, how you can do different ones, like whether it was the espresso martini and how to handle it if it has, the water dilution component that would normally happen. Like he factors all that stuff in. But yeah, most of he uses the original bottle where he's like pour off 100 mils or whatever of the whiskey and then pour everything else in that original whiskey bottle. I know you can get, which I wouldn't mind having for some different syrups and things. They have those neat bottles where the bottom screws off.
Oh,
have you seen those?
Mm-mm.
You can get 375 and 750 mil bottles and the bottom screws, so you can easily pour into them, and then you just tighten up the bottom. And then, like I said, obviously you pour them from the top. But like I said, they have things like that. There's a guy that I watched that like since the start of the year, he's been I think it's like every Tuesday or something. He's been doing a different riff on a old fashioned. He's been doing different ones. Sometimes it'll have rum in it, just all kind of over the top. A lot of them involve the syrup being different. Like he'll do some sort of like barrel aged this, or he'll do some sort, and that's kind of what makes it largely different. But he has some bottles where he has made like some maple infused like bourbon syrup things for some of them, and he's got little bottles like that where you unscrew the bottle. And I was like, oh, okay. And you can order those from shops and things.
We've Trader Joe's sells a wine called Le Fizz. And there's a rosé and a blanc, which is LeBlanc, which makes me think of Matt LeBlanc.
That's funny.
But they're kind of like the Grolsch bottles. They have the reclosable tops. So which is the link I sent you, look at that again. I didn't look at it, in depth, but the quick glance I had, I was like, oh, that's like the bottles I have. So I have a couple bottles like that.
Oh, nice.
Or,
for those Grolsch kind of style bottles.
Yeah. And the wine is fine. And it's $6.99 for the wine. And then you can have the bottle afterwards. So
I buy it you just immediately dump out the wine.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Have you had the wine? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I bought one of each and I was like, oh, these are good. Cause a lot of times you go to a restaurant and they'll put a bottle of water on your table and it's a wine bottle. It's kind of
they do that.
That's why I did that. I thought, well, if we have guests over, I'm gonna use this and put a bottle of water on the table. So.
It's nice. Like I said, there's a couple. Actually, I think both of the Italian restaurants that we go to consistently, like you do that where they've got the little pop open bottle. They'll initially pour and then they'll leave it there for you or whatever. Like I'm sure they fill it out of the tap in the back or the hose or whatever. But
as long as they don't fill it in the bathroom.
It's not filled.
Why is the water yellow? No, anyway.
God.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't order lemonade water.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, we didn't filter that one enough.
I wasn't hydrated enough.
I wasn't hydrated enough. God, that definitely sounds like something we would do. But yeah, I actually haven't been to, like I said, you were talking about Scordatos. I've never been to, like I said, hit their other.
I would recommend the food is good and definitely the dessert is good. So I would recommend.
Big recommend or little recommend?
Yeah, no, we've been there a few times and I would.
You thought it was Chili's when you went in?
No.
You're like, can I have a bloomin' onion? And
oh my God, that was so good.
They don't even do those anymore.
No, or the Awesome Blot does Outback still do the Awesome Blot?
I think they do if there's one around. God, I haven't been in Outback. The last time
Chili's doesn't do their version of that anymore?
I don't think so. Anybody in China, that could be a regional thing, but I don't think they do anymore.
That was delicious.
I think the last time I had like that was when we went to like an Outback, and that was like years and years ago, and that was even like a
sauce that would come with that.
That was a bad experience too. Like just the Outback steak, not a good option for a steak. But the Blue Mountain onion was. Remember they even for a while they had the things you could buy. It was like the as seen on TV.
You could make them
yourself,
just like you've seen at your favorite chain restaurants.
Mm-hmm. But it's the sauce that was more than anything. That
was some good, like almost Thousand Island spicy sort
Cajun kind of
Cajun-y thing.
That's like it when we go to Disneyland. There was always you could get their they had these pommes frites. So it was like garlic, olive oil. It was like garlic and Parmesan like fries that they would make, and then they would put that with this like kind of spicy like Creole sauce. Oh my God, that was like you put that in a boot. I
want to go to Disney again.
Oh,
we got to get back there.
Fun. We do. That would be fun. Do an adult. We've always talked about the adult trip to Disneyland, especially with California Adventure.
Yes.
That's so much money just on alcohol. Oh man. All right. Well, thank you guys all for being here.
Thank you everybody. We appreciate it. It's good. It's good to be here. It's good to be with all of you. Definitely good to be here with you, and grateful for all the support, everybody's kind words. We sure appreciate that.
Yeah, 100%. I ditto to all. Ditto. You took what I was going to say.
Ditto. No, it's sometimes all you can say is ditto.
See another Cheers reference.
Ditto. That's right.
Only because I love.
Yeah, I love.
Sam can't say he loves me.
Who can?
Have a good night. You too, Planty. Everyone have an absolutely wonderful evening. Thank you to everybody that showed up, hung out, said hi. Again, thank you all for the well wishes and the kind thoughts. Like I said, when I mentioned, like I said, what had been happening this week, like I said, so thank you all for that too. That just means a real lot. Like I said, I really, really appreciate that. Definitely touches my heart, like I said, as well as I'm sure my brothers as well. Appreciate you more. No, don't do this, Planty. It's not true. We appreciate you more. It's not true. Don't start just as we're wrapping things up. Let's go say hi to someone we don't normally get to say hi to, because usually he is in bed by now, because he's on the other side of the world. He's over in the UK. Bona is on right now. He's playing some Dune Awakening. Claims he's going to be going for like 80 hours or something ridiculous. I don't know how this man does it. I think it's the power of the beard. Look at that beard, Keith.
That's fantastic.
Look at how strong that beard is. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Fantastic.
We can only aspire to ever have a beard that's that strong that keeps us going for 80 hours. I just don't think.
That's a powerful beard.
That is a powerful beard. It's very, very strong. So yeah, let's go say hi to Bona. He is super, super nice, and appreciate all you guys being here. And we will be back again next week. I should be on tomorrow morning. Might be a slightly adjusted time because we may have to pick up a car in the morning, but I will be on tomorrow doing some Destiny things and stuff with an announcement. And then like I said, we'll be back next week with who knows what.
We'll figure it out.
We didn't even say what we were going to do. Do you think what we're doing? You got like 10 seconds here. What are we going to do?
I have absolutely no idea.
Okay, there you go. That's
but the mystery will be good. Thank you, everybody.
Good night.
See you next week.